Hi children, welcome back. This is your ICT sir. This is the chapter number 7. We are talking about array today. So in your common book it is said in 1.91 array. Let's learn what is array. Let's read it. Please read with me. It says here, it is essential in a program to use variables to store data items in the memory. Further, such variables have suitable data types. As you know, various variables which are different in names are needed to store data items which belongs to the same data type. For instance, 5 variables are needed to save 5 rounds of numbers in the memory. Before using such variables, they should be declared as given below. As you know, var pqrst as integer, n1, n2, n3, n4 and n5 as real. Now you know what is integer and real. Let's learn what is an array is all about. An array is used to save data items of the same type in the memory using a single variable identifier name. As you say here, n1 can only, or n2 only can have one value. It can only associate one value. But if I want to get p 5 values, then you will have to use array. So if you look at it, hence of the array enables to store data as required under a single variable identifier name without providing different variable names to each items. Look at the arrays. Dog in something 0 state, 1 there is nothing here, but in the second there is cat and the third does not have. So these are called the index of an array. Array will have indexed, as a train has compartments or carriages. So you can say carriage number 1, carriage number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a train will have carriages. So carriages are named after. So each carriage might carry different values. So maybe in the first carriage you might find 30 people going in this carriage. The second one might be smaller. Likewise, the value stored in that index is mentioned here. So in the index of 0, the dog is being initially given a value. So whereas 1 does not have any values given, but in the index number 0, 1, 2 you will have another a value as cat. So each cart, it says, holds a single piece of data. So each cart, so here comes the train, as you know. So definition of an array: dimensional. Define a one-dimensional array. This is the structure to save data in the same sequence order. In array, use a group of adjoining memory spaces, like adjoining. One-dimensional array can be used as follows. Here is the syntax rule. Var, name of the variable, and then of array, you should remember var, the name that you really want to tell, and then you use a keyword of and the data as a keyword array, and it is going to be equal to none other than array, not in integer or anything. It knows what types of, so the data type is array. And then you can, if you want, you can, with the parentheses, you can always say the first index to the last index and its data type. So we will learn how it works. Here is the example. var marks. Marks is the name of the variable, and it is equals to an array, and it has a length of 0 to 9. So counting 0 to 9, it indicates 10 values. So the length of the array is 10 as integer. So here are the integer values. Okay, so as you see, so the index, first index is 0, and the second follows, and the last index is the 9. So the total array is 10. The length of the array is 10. So if you just think, if you happen to see it, it shows here how arrays are named: 0, M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4. So the first element we normally say is the lowest element, and the last element is the highest element. So you can always place values among them. For instance, if you want to add in the x0 element 5, you can add 5 here. Skipping that, and you can just say 4. And then I have 6, and I have 9 here. If you want, you can add here as well something different, like let's learn. So let's put 7 here. 7. So the elements are shown as in the picture. Now you will have to understand how it works. So okay children, I am back in my Pascal environment. Let's see how the coding is done. So here the program is named as sum array. I just want to say array, trying to get a total of my array. I'm going within my array and finding what's the total. So before that, let's dive a little deeper and see what are the variables, and is there any array. So here you will find var and numbers is an array type, and it is from 1 with 2 dots to 5. So the 2 dot represents 2. So 1 to 5 of integer values. So now if someone asks you what is the length of the array, you should know 1 to 5. So how many? Yes, 5 values. So here again var, I have mentioned I sum as integer. I separated because it's easy for you all guys to understand the difference between the array, how array is assigned, and how array is declared, and then how normally a variables are declared. Here I begin and say that sum is equals to 0. Now here the positions of values. Numbers, the first index is equals to 3. So what is the value of the index? Number 1 is 3. Number 2 is 7. Number 3 is 2. Number 4 is 5. And number 5 is 5. So before I go to the loop, let me just try to I'm going to comment all my coding, so that I need to show you how. So all these are going to be omitted, or the compiler is not going to read. So I'm going to tell, okay, write line, write ln, write the value of the numbers array. Array is declared within the angle brackets, and the position. I'm going to just say, okay, give me the value of the array number 4. Print me the value of that. And I'm going to close the parenthesis and end line. So when I run it, yes, I get an array here, a warning. I think I have to close this array. Close this bracket. Where am I to close all this? Okay, children, I got rid of all those codings so that you will be able to understand the step. So I'm going to go through my array and tell the compiler to give me the output of the numbers index 4 value. So the index 4 value is 4, isn't it? So when I run it, I should get 4. Do you understand this? Good. Now you can, for your exams, they might ask you like this as well. Okay, plus number 2. Add the two values of number 4 index position and the numbers 2 index position and print. So how much is that then? 4 and 2. This will be 4 and 7. I think it's going to be 11. Do you see? It's very easy. It's not a big deal. Right? Now, for me to get all my numbers, I'll have to, go one by one and get all my printouts, all the prints. So to avoid so much of hassle, I have to write numbers 1, numbers 2, print all number. So for me to get rid of that hassle, we can use a for-i loop. For-i loop. So let me show you how the codings are done. Okay, children, here you are. For I equals 1 to 5. So I have 1 to 5 values. So I can use a loop for 5 times and search all my data within the array values. So let's go and see. Right line the numbers and place all these numbers in the array of my I, the array. So each time when the loop loops, so 5 times it should loop, so all the numbers that are associated in its index positions are placed within the I. So when you run it, you will see. Now let me just take this as 2 programs, and when I run it, you should get 3 because it's the first index, 7 second index, third index is 2, the fourth index is 4, and the last index is 5. Do you see that? Now for some reason, let's change this position like this. Let's bring the position 5 here, 1 here, change. Let's index positions, I'm going to change it, 3 here and 4 here. Okay, so now if they ask you a question, what is the final output of the following? You know, computer always works with index. So the smallest index to the last index. You will not say, you might say, sir. Okay, children. Now, the position, you might say, sir, will it print the first one? No. The fifth one? No. The computer, yes, we know computer works in a step-by-step order, line by line only it works. But we have given an initial value of 1 to 5. 1 to 5. So the index, according to the index positions, surely you will get, what are the values that you will get? 1 is going to be 2. So that's the first index. Second is 7. Do you see the outputs? Third, fourth, and the final is the third. the value 3. I hope you understand how index works now. Okay children? Okay children, this coding I have changed this to another different way. Now sum, we knew that sum is 0. Okay, sum. So I'm going to say while it is looping, while the for loop is looping and the values are placed within the loop, the positions of the numbers are placed within the loop, I say add each number to the sum. So while I is adding all its positional values to I, add that to sum, and then write the total of the sum. The total of the sum. Write the sum. How much is the total? So when you think of it, first number is 2. 2 is added to 0, that will be 2. Next it will be 2, that means the position of 2, number 2 is 7. 7 will be added to the previous value, it will be 9. So on, you should get a sum. So let's go and see what's the value of the sum is when I run it. I should get 21. See whether it's 21. 3 and 7, 10. 10, 12, 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. So I got the total of my array as 21. So I can use a concatenator, like add a string value here and say the total array values are equals, and I'm going to write this as a string value up to here, and then I use a comma to separate the string and the total, the numbers. And when I run, the total array values are 21. Now let's go and see whether when we change 5 to 10, now it is going to be 26. I hope you understood how array works. Simple as ever. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will do well in your exams. Bye for now.